What's up, people? It's your man Herbal Lover coming from your mama's basement. Yeah, she kicked me out the car because I had no more food stamps, so she told me I can go back in the basement for a little bit. But I gotta ask one of you guys, man. Can you guys, one of you guys, please email me some EBT cards? Help a brother out. Support me as I support you when I drop this, information. Anyway, so Luke Walton is meeting with Tyronn Lue. Listen. I know a lot of you, a lot of fans are going to they're going to come at me hard. Listen, I always play devil advocate on my channel. One thing about me is that, and I'm not knocking other guys, everybody got their own way of reaching reaching the family, the Lakers family. Me, I just keep it real. I'm just being honest with you, man. And I try to look at things from a different perspective, only because I don't try to get too caught up in the hype. Once in a while, I might throw something out there because it might catch me. Then I have to come back to reality. Say, wait a minute, hold up, I'm slipping a little bit. So anyway, I made a video about, and this was before Luke Walton was meet up with Tyronn Lue. I made a video about Luke Walton when Rondo came out to talk about the system they're going to run, a little physical, a little bit more physical, a little bit different from what Luke Walton is going to run. And I know somebody stated that, well, Luke Walton was doing a lot of inside game. The only reason why he adjusted to that is like when they were losing and Julius Randle wound up starting, because before that they were trying to establish Brook Lopez in the inside, but it didn't work. So they tried to work him outside, and then they finally realized, man, we got Julius Randle, let's go in and use him. So Julius Randle was a big part of that offense last year, but that's not the offense that Luke Walton wanted to run. Luke Walton, like I said before, if you look at Golden State Warriors offense, their offense is a lot of motion offense, a lot of ball movement, but is heavily relied on shooting a lot of threes. Then you look at the squad that we got this year. This whole squad so far going into the next season is based on what LeBron preference is, because it already came out that LeBron has approved all the signings that the Lakers made moves on for the free agency. So the funny thing is, you listen to all this stuff. So most likely him and Magic Johnson, probably politically, they sat down, they made all these decisions, all that. But my biggest problem is this. Where's Luke Walton? Why ain't Luke Walton in the midst of all this? All this conversation going on about Kawhi Leonard, the Lakers making, when they sign players and all that. Where's Luke Walton in all this? And the reason why I'm saying is because if Luke Walton is the coach, shouldn't somewhere down the line the coach have some type of opinion on who they're bringing in to fit his system? And that's what I'm trying to get you fans to realize, man. And y'all be sitting there saying, well, Luke Walton, the system he ran, the system he ran was like, it was a lot of inside move, playing and this and that. Listen, at the end of the day, I never seen in my whole entire life where two rival coaches get together and talk about a player, especially active coaches. I can see if one of the coaches were fired and then you have a discussion, but these are two active coaches. What is the NBA becoming to? A soap opera. That's what it's past entertainment. It's like wrestling now, man. It's like, oh my gosh, I just don't get it. Like, why do you have to talk to Tyronn Lue about LeBron James? Why can't him and LeBron James just have a meeting or discussion? Like, LeBron James is like, listen, reach out to Luke, like, when I come back from my vacation, wherever it be, we're gonna sit down and have a discussion. Matter of fact, when LeBron James came into the office and talked to Magic and all them, to be honest with you, Luke Walton should have been the president, because you basically keeping them out like you're not. And that's what I'm trying to tell fans. It's like I'm trying to tell fans that you got to keep an eye open, and look at it from a non-biased situation. A lot of people, they come with their excuses, well, and they just make all these excuses and all these assumptions. But what I'm telling you guys, at the end of the day, you got to pay attention to it, man. Why are the Lakers not having these discussions with Luke Walton in the midst? It don't make sense to me. Usually, anytime they make moves and all that, they usually make sure that these players are within the coach's system. Luke Walton's system relies heavily on the three-point shot. And you see all these veterans coming in here, and you're going to try to sit here and tell me that they're going to let some of these young guys get a lot of playing time? I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I mean, Lance Stevens can play the 2, the point, and the 3. Rondo can play the point, and probably the 2, depending on the matchup. So then you think about it, well, where all these young guys getting their opportunity to play at? Somebody ain't going to get a lot of minutes, especially on Luke Walton squad. I mean, on LeBron James squad. Prime example. If you go back, and I don't know if any of you guys are watching the Cleveland games, but when Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance got there, I was for sure that Jordan Clarkson will flourish in that offense, only because I thought that they will let him just rip and run, because when he first started playing, LeBron clearly told him, like, man, do you know, go out and play your game. But eventually, after a couple games, Jordan Clarkson was basically made a mere shadow of himself. They made him a perimeter shooter. And y'all all know, for our Lakers fans, not the LeBron fans, because a lot of y'all who followed Cleveland probably didn't follow the Lakers, but for all of us that followed the Jordan Clarkson, you know that Jordan Clarkson was not a heavy three-point shooter. I said this in many of my videos. Jordan Clarkson is an ISO player where he gets the ball and he like to go to the rack. But Luke Walton trying to make him into a shooter, and he tries his best to fit into that system. It just didn't work. I mean, he still did his thing, don't get me wrong, but it didn't work. Then you go to Cleveland, where LeBron made him, Kevin Love, all them guys into perimeter shooters. Made them all mere shadows of themselves. Stats dropped and everything. Then the fans who knew nothing about Jordan Clarkson, the first couple games, oh, Jordan Clarkson be nice. Then once they started seeing him becoming a perimeter shooter, instead of them also looking at LeBron, they quick to say, "Oh well, man, he garbage. He sucks. Oh my gosh." And but they, and you know, look at Rodney Hood, for example. Rodney Hood, he flourished in the team he came from before he went to Cleveland. Gets there, don't he get to play? Don't he get to play? So I just want you guys to pay attention to that. They're not, Luke Walton hasn't even talked to LeBron yet. Why do you talk to your rival coach about LeBron when you can just have a conversation with him? I think that Magic Johnson Pelinka should have included Luke Walton in. So first thing, what you don't want to do, you don't want to give the media any type of a narrative in order to lead a story, because then you have fans outside looking like, damn, what are they doing over there? Here come the LeBron saga. You know what's going to take place. You don't give them that leverage. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, when LeBron came here, Magic Johnson should have called Luke Walton and said, "Hey, Luke, come on down here. I'm going to introduce you to LeBron, because you are going to be the coach." They isolating him out. And then fans in there say, well, and they make all these excuses. And after I just dropped this video, here come the Tyronn Lue, Luke Walton situation. And Luke Walton still to this day haven't even talked to LeBron. I'm just saying that today, just keep an eye on it, guys. That's all I'm saying. Keep an eye on it. Stephen A. Smith might know a little bit more than what we know. You know what I mean? Because think about it. He's in the know. That's why he's on ESPN for so long. Because he talked to these guys. Even though he just threw that opinion out there about Phil Jackson. And I'm not saying the Lakers going to go get Phil Jackson. I'm not saying that they're going to get rid of Luke. But I'm telling you guys, LeBron James is going to run that LeBron James system in L.A. I'm telling you right now, he's going to run that LeBron James system in L.A. You don't believe me? Then why would they try to get rid of Lonzo Ball? And then, then it was leaked that Lonzo Ball had an injury. And also, LeVar Ball came out and stated that his camp didn't leak that. He said it himself. He's like, listen, y'all know me. I'm upfront with mine. If I'm going to leak it, I'm going to tell you to your face. So I believe LeVar Ball before I believe the front office of L.A. I'm just being honest with you guys. LeVar Ball is like that type of guy. He don't care. You know what I mean? He's like this. All he cares about is getting his boys in the NBA, getting them into the NBA and going forward to basically push his brand. That's all he cares about. So at the end of the day, you got to start thinking and start putting things together. Like, what is going on? Why ain't they allowing Luke Walton? Well, why didn't Luke Walton have a sit down with LeBron when he first first came in? When he came to LA and introduced the Magic. You know what I mean? It just don't make any sense to me. Listen, me as a fan, I'm always going to support LA. But at the same time, I'm going to start looking at things from a non-biased standpoint, and I'm just going to be observant, because I don't want to be caught up in the hype and say, damn. And next thing you know, here you go, Luke Walton got in and let Luke Walton step down because something things came up or some bull crap. Luke Walton resigned, because they ain't going to fire him. He's going to basically resign, or they probably bring somebody else in. But this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's why I say they're not going to get rid of Luke Walton. Only reason why I say not get rid of Luke Walton, because Luke Walton is a yes man. I know a lot of y'all don't want to believe that, but he is. He already know. I think he kind of knows the situation, because if think about it, if they're taking him away from, getting all these veterans who, they're not pure shooters. You know what I mean? So you're getting all these veterans that are not pure shooters. Now, KCP, he's okay when his head is in the game, but Lance Stevens is an average shooter. Rondo cannot shoot. You know that. And, JaVale McGee can't shoot. He's just a pounder down low. So they're not getting no shooters. So you're thinking like, well, what kind of system are they going to run? So if they're going to run a different system, don't you think that Luke Walton should be in the know-how? Like, I'm just saying, I know it's still early and it's still off season. All I'm saying is that when LeBron James came over here to talk the Magic, Luke Walton should have been there in the present as well, and they should have introduced him right there, to make sure they had that mutual respect. Because Luke Walton, he going to allow LeBron to do so much, because LeBron is LeBron. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, if a player disagree with a coach, Who's the first to go? Not the player, especially if they're a superstar. It's always the coach. You don't believe it? What happened to David, was it Branch or Blanche, whatever his name was, before they brought in Tyronn Lue? Tyronn Lue is a yes man to LeBron. That's why Luke Walton is sitting down with Tyronn Lue to figure out how can I cope with LeBron so I don't get to a point where me and him bump heads. What can I do in order to, make sure our relationship is good? So Tyronn Lue is going to tell him he's easy to coach. That's all I can tell him. He's easy to coach. Because why? LeBron runs the system. He's the coach. Tyronn Lue ain't the coach. Look at the system they run. They ran an ISO system similar to the OKC Thunder, with Westbrook at the helm and all the guys standing around the perimeter. There's a bunch of ISO plays. The only difference is that OKC had much more guys. Well, really two guys who can create on their own with Carmelo and Paul George. In Cleveland they only had probably I said they had three guys that actually can do on their own, which Rodney Hood and Jordan Clarkson. They just didn't know how to utilize them. That's why I said at the end of the day it's the LeBron system, because at the end of the day, a good coach, once again, like I said, Brad Stevens, a good coach will figure out how to utilize his players and make them and how to utilize his players and get the best out of them. Because when his two top players went down, they were still able to maintain and take the Cleveland Cavaliers to 7 games and almost won it. So with that being said, it's your man, Herbal Lover. Like, share, subscribe. Just get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. And I love when you guys get in the comment section and talk. I don't really get a chance to really get down there and chop it up with you guys like I used to, because I'm real busy. But like I said, follow me on Twitter. I'm going to make sure I drop my link in the description box so you guys can follow me on Twitter, because I talk more on Twitter than I do here on the comment section on YouTube. But I love when you guys get in here and talk to each other, man. At the end of the day, like I said before, we might all have disagreements, but the only thing that we can agree on is that we want to see the Lakers back to the top. And that's the whole thing in a nutshell. So with that being said, y'all be safe out there, and always, I love you guys.